and welcome to Synology Cloud Engage 2022. Our core mission here at Synology is to help customers protect their personal data and devices and to always make this as simple as possible. In 2016, Synology entered the public cloud market with C2 storage for hyper backup. Since then, we have expanded offerings under the Synology C2 Cloud umbrella to fill different gaps in the data security landscape. Today, we're going to walk you through Synology's answer to the challenges of password management, individual PC backup with C2 Password and C2 Backup for individuals. Before we start, let's look at some predicted technology trends. Did you know that a person will have an average of 3.6 number of connected devices by 2023 globally? With the world increasingly connected, keeping personal data safe at a minimum demands secure password management and professional personal backups. So why don't many of us have a plan? 3 common reasons people don't use password management tools are they don't believe to be at risk and think a single strong password is enough to keep their account safe. They are not familiar with solutions beyond last secure browser-based password managers, or they don't believe that password management services will keep their data safe. On the other hand, common reasons for people to not to back up home devices include expecting backup to be difficult, thinking syncing files to the cloud equals backup, or finding it impossible to track or whether data scattered across multiple devices is actually backed up. These hurdles and misconceptions keep many of us from sufficiently protecting our digital assets and personal information. Now let's take a look at Hannah, a young professional. On an average day, Hannah uses online banking services, webmail, and a couple of social media platforms. She also tunes into online streaming services like Netflix and Disney+, or lets off Steam games from Steam. Hannah tries to set strong passphrases, and many services have their own password rules. She writes the tricky ones down on paper or stores them in an app on her phone, which feels safer. Hannah's methods are not just unsafe, but also ineffective. Hannah could easily lose her passwords if something happened to her phone or notes, with many unpleasant consequences. So let's see how Synology's C2 Password can help Hannah both simplify her online experience and keep her account safe. To add additional login credentials from the C2 Password dashboard, first, sign in with your C2 encryption key, which is not stored by any means on the Synology C2 server, meaning even Synology doesn't have access to your credentials. To add login information, simply just click Add and log in. Fill in the relevant information and credentials, and click Save. It's simple as that. C2 Password is also able to help users to save different types of credentials such as bank account, payment card, mail server settings, notes, or even router settings. Users no longer need to rely on note-taking apps to memorize digital credentials, significantly improves personal credential management experiences. For those that have trouble coming up with secure passwords, C2 Password also has a password generator feature that helps users to generate a randomized set of passwords with a single click. Specific roles such as password length, letter cases, numbers, or special characters may also be applied with the password strength detector feature should the users request it. Suppose a user wants to log into his newly subscribed Netflix to watch the latest TV shows. By entering the account and password, we can see a prompt asking the users to choose whether to save them. Once click Save, the account and password are now stored on C2 Password. Also, to catch up with friends or the latest updates, with C2 Password, social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, email services like Gmail or Exchange are also supported, ensuring the login experience is smooth and without any hurdle. On top of it, if the user wishes to visit the online banking site, the associated ID number, user ID, and passwords often required by many online banking services will be automatically filled in by C2 Password that saved those credentials before. Not all password manager apps are able to store information beyond account names and passwords. In addition to what we just showed, C2 Password also supports unlimited cross-device syncing between the web app, browser extensions, and mobile apps, ensuring that users always have access to their passwords wherever they are. C2 Password supports Edge, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and has iOS and Android applications for mobile use, making sure everyone can benefit from safer password management. Now that we've secured Hannah's online accounts and simplified her login experiences, let's take a look at the security of her devices. As a designer, Hannah uses multiple devices to manage her work, including a Windows tablet and a Mac OS desktop. Like many of us, Hannah uses external hard drives to store and protect certain files, and syncs other data to her public cloud services. What she may not realize is how many hours or days of data she'll lose if her devices suddenly malfunction. And what if any files disappear due to accidental deletion or perhaps a cyber attack? Anything that is synced to the cloud will be useless. So let's see how C2 Backup for Individuals can help people like Hannah to thoroughly protect their important personal data. Performing backup of personal devices with C2 Backup cannot get any easier. After clicking on the C2 Backup icon in the taskbar, users can visit the C2 Backup console to perform backup and check out the backup status, or visit the C2 Backup Recovery portal to perform full device recovery or retrieve specific files. In the C2 Backup console, you can perform backups on as many Windows or Mac devices as long as it's within the storage limit. If your devices malfunction or are impacted by ransomware, or a single file is missing or is accidentally deleted, you can choose to perform restoration for the entire device or click on Download to access the C2 Backup Recovery portal to retrieve specific files. Type in your C2 encryption key, which again is only known to you, to proceed to the recovery portal. On the right column, you get to access the backup versions of your choice of the selected device. Then, locate the folder, select the file, and click the download button in the upper right corner. Your file has now been retrieved in just a few steps. And C2 Backup can protect more than your devices. It also backs up other cloud services such as Microsoft OneDrive. So if anything goes wrong with your account, you can always retrieve your files. To make efficient use of your storage space and bandwidth, C2 Backup uses incremental backup technology. That means we only make a full copy of your data the first time a file is backed up. Following that, we only upload the blocks, even within the file, that have changed since the last time. So how about security? Why should you trust C2 Password and C2 Backup with your personal data? Synology C2 uses secure cloud infrastructure while keeping all our data securely encrypted on our servers. Meanwhile, we enforce client-side encryption of all your data before they leave any of your devices, using private keys that never leave the device they're created on. This way, Synology makes sure that we're technically unable to access or read any of your personal data. In addition, Synology C2 offers very high data durability. The higher your data durability, the lower is the chance of ever losing data to corruption or malfunction. C2's data durability exceeds that of RAID configurations, guaranteeing that your data remains intact over long periods of time. Finally, Synology C2 will exclusively keep your data in the data center that you select, and with locations across the US, Germany, and Taiwan, we can choose the jurisdiction that you trust. And now, about pricing. C2 Password plans are free for individuals looking to simplify their online experience, boost their security, and protect their access. We also offer more advanced plans. These offer cater to professional teams, groups, and even families who need secure options to share credentials with others. On the other hand, C2 Backup for Individuals start at only $349 a month for 500 gigabytes of storage space, ideal to backup 1 or 2 devices. To backup larger files volumes or multiple devices, 2 and 5 terabytes plans are available. All plans are valid for an unlimited number of devices within the storage limit. To recap, today we've discussed the importance of personal data protection and some of the misconceptions that users have around password management and data security. We also showed how Synology C2 Password and C2 Backup for Individuals offer comprehensive and easy-to-use solutions for these problems, while maintaining simple and transparent pricing. With Synology C2, individual users have access to professional tools to protect their digital lives, and can rest assured that their personal information, important data, are safe and secure.